Welcome. Find a comfortable seat. It does not have to be a cross-legged Sukhasana posture, but something that's going to support a tall spine, awareness, and lift to your torso, allow you to draw the shoulder blades back, lengthen your neck, and while comfortable, not lazy, relaxed. So just sitting with awareness in your body. And close your eyes when you're ready to do that. Once you've moved around and wiggled and found the secure spot where you know you can sit comfortably and not feel anxious about being uncomfortable. Taking a couple of nice, deep, full breaths. Let your arms relax wherever they're comfortable, and let your shoulders descend. Little lift to the belly just so you're aware there, and then that long spine will just support nice access to fully inflating your lungs with each breath. So we are in a new normal, of course. Lots of fear, lots of uncertainty. And I've always embraced the fact that trying to kind of welcome fear in, not that you want to seek it, but when fear is happening, that means change is happening. And change is scary, but change is also exciting. So instead of avoiding fear, how about embrace it with this uncomfortable, somewhat comfortable level of uncertainty, knowing things are changing. And as we as yogis continue to practice surrender and letting go and being at peace with what is, let's try to find that essence now. It doesn't mean you're fully embracing it and I'm gung-ho with what's going to be our new normal, but welcome it in without resistance. So you can just take time to feel the changes, assimilate it into your life, into your body, into your breath. And then you just never know where you'll find yourself. You could find yourself in a brand new, beautiful place that you never dreamed would exist because you weren't in this position before. And then the other thing that requires is discipline. You know, we are good people with getting productivity done, making things happen. That takes discipline to get up in the morning, get your to-do list done. But right now, our discipline is now in being still, in being awaiting the time that's whatever is next. That's discipline because we want to do, we want to go, we want to control and be in the driver's seat of what's going on, and right now that is not the time. So everything we've been practicing on our mats all of these years is coming to fruition now, so we can really, really see how it works when you surrender. Not letting go, not as far as throwing in the towel and giving up, but surrendering to what is happening and participating in it in the best way we know how. So lengthen a little bit more into the lungs, the sides of your waist, the spine, and let a nice, sweet exhale out. And then any way you want to bring your arms up and over your head, spread your fingers, lengthen, feel energy, just reaching out of the fingertips, and then palms touch. And with a moment of true and pure gratitude, bring your hands to your heart center. Let's do that again. Nice sweep up. Inhale. And with a pure moment of surrender, slide your thumbs to your heart center. And then one more time, a big circle of those arms up. And just love. Feel some love in your heart as you press your palms together and slide your hands right in front of it. Nice work. Let's get on to hands and knees, tabletop pose. So from the all fours position, lengthen the sides of your waist. Get the neck to lengthen as well, so your focus is straight down where your nose is pointing. Press into the shins actively, and let's curl the toes as we go to cow pose, dropping your belly, arching your back, maybe bend your elbows so you can really feel your shoulder blades press into your back, and then release your toes to point them, scooping out that belly, dropping your chin and chest, heading into cat pose. Inhale, roll over the toes, peel your heart forward, chin up, tail up. Exhale, point the tops, press into the tops of your feet and point your toes back, and cat pose. We'll take one more cycle. Inhaling cow. And then rounding and scooping, releasing the feet, pressing back, cat pose. Coming to a nice neutral spine. And we're going to get a little flow going from here. So slide back so you're standing on your knees and sweep those arms up on an inhale. Drop your right arm down the side of your leg, taking a side bend as you exhale. Inhale, both arms up. And then the left arm down the side of your leg. Tilt over to the left. Inhale, both arms up. Touch your palms. And as you bring your hands to your heart, step your right foot forward. So you're in a little bit of a runner's lunge here. Place your hands down on the mat so you can adjust your legs accordingly. And then we're going to plant that left palm. Inhale, the right arm up, twisting. We'll pause here for a second. Drop that left shoulder blade into your back. Let your head drop back. Your belly's in, protecting that lower back. Lower that right hand down. Look forward as you go to half splits, rolling over your right heel, lengthening your spine. Pause here for another cycle of breath. And then we're coming back forward into that right leg. Plant the palm. Left arm up on an inhale. Reach up. So a little space here. Turn, and maybe you're going to put your hand on a block if that feels more free in your body. Lower that hand on down. Shift back, a half split. Rolling over that heel, lengthening through the sides of your waist. Take a breath. Coming on back into that front foot, plant firmly, and we're going to raise both arms up on an inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen through the sides of your waist. Perhaps take your gaze up, spread through your fingers. Take up space wherever you are, from ceiling to floor, sides of your body. Just fill your mat with your breath and your body. And then bringing that hand on back, we're going to shift back half splits one more time. And then from there, slide that right leg behind you, extending it off the mat, a full extension of the knee. Press into your palms, draw your belly in, and reach that left arm forward. So right leg is back, left arm is forward, and you're horizontal, basically, with your entire body. Take an inhale for a little length. On the exhale, tap your elbow and knee, rounding your back, much like cat pose. Inhale, fully extend, lengthening the sides of your waist. Get that knee fully straight. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time. Inhale, fully extend. Exhale, tuck and round. And then here's our last one. Fully extend. You're welcome to stay right where you are, or circle that left arm up and around, bending your right knee, and kick into that shin as you're into a little back bend. Lift your heart. Kick that shin back so that left arm goes fully straight. Take a breath. We're going to release full extension, arm and leg, and then place your hand down on the mat, your knee. Give your hips a little wiggle, loosen out that spine, and we're starting the whole sequence on the opposite side. Firm up your all fours, tabletop pose. We're going to cow pose. Drop your belly, tap your toes, arch your back. Exhale, cat. Press your toes, pointing them, round your back, spread your shoulders. One more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Next inhale, slide your hands to your knees, stand up, and sweep those arms over your shoulders. Left arm goes down the side of your left leg. On an exhale, inhale, both arms up. Switch sides, down to the right. Inhale, both arms up. Look up a bit, lengthen your waist. Palms touch, left leg is going to step forward now. Place your hands down and make some adjustments so you feel firmly grounded and you also feel some stretch happening. We're going to take the left arm up on an inhale. Drop that right shoulder blade into your back. Let your head drop back. Stay there and open up. Lower the left hand down. Shift back. Half splits. Chin stays forward. Sides of your waist lengthen. You don't have to lock out that front knee. In fact, keep it a little bent so your lower back can extend. Come on back into that left foot firmly planted. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. I always stay on the fingertips of the left arm or right arm, depending on which side, so you have a little more access to that twist. Lower the hand down. We're going back to half splits. Exhale as you shift back. Nice. Coming on forward, plant into that firm left foot and raise both arms up nice and slow. So it's kind of sneaky core work, not flinging your arms to the sky, but reaching forward to bring them up. And then extend your fingers. Again, you're taking up some space here. One more breath. Make sure you're softening your front toes. Hands are going down to the mat. Shift back, half splits one more time. And then from here, just slide that left leg underneath you, behind you. Extend it when you feel steady enough. You're going to extend that right arm forward. So it's left leg, right arm. Thumb points towards the ceiling. That's just going to open up your shoulders and really firm up your back knee. Here we go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lengthen. Smooth breathing. Exhale, round. So you want to use your breath to pace how your body's moving. Take a whole inhale to heel, extend the body. And then exhale, take the whole exhale to tuck it in. Here's our last one, extending all the way out. Get the knees straight back there. And then you can stay put or circle your right arm up and around and grab a hold of that left leg behind you. Kick into that shin, reach your heart forward. Watch that you're not collapsing into your left shoulder. Take another breath. And then fully extending arm and leg. And then planting your hand down, maybe wiggling your bum. And we're taking the whole series again, but just more fluidly now. So inhale, cow, tuck your toes. Exhale, cat, point your toes. Inhale, cow, lift your heart, your tail. Exhale, cat, spread your shoulder blades. Slide your hands back. Next inhale, arms up. Right arm down to the side, exhale. Inhale, both arms up. Left arm down, exhale. Inhale, both arms up, palms touch, right leg steps through. Just get yourself organized in this lunge position. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lower. Shift back, half split, inhale. Come on back forward. Left arm up, inhale. Lower that arm, X. Half splits on an in-breath. Back to the lunge, out breath. Both arms up on an inhale, just one breath. Then bring them on down, exhale. Shift back, half splits, but continue that right leg sliding behind you. Extend it. Left arm forward. We're just going to do one. Elbow and knee tap underneath you. Fully extend, stay put, or circle that arm around. Grab a hold of that right foot. Just a kick. And then really back to extending. Hands down on the mat. We're going right into the next side. Cow pose, drop your belly, curl your toes. Cat pose, point your toes, drop your head. One more cow, inhaling. Last time cat, exhaling. Slide your hands back, continue moving, arms up on an inhale. Left arm down to your left thigh, exhale. Both arms up on an inhale, belly strong. Right arm down on the exhale. Both arms up on the inhale, lengthen the sides of your waist, palms touch, left foot steps forward. Adjust your stance quickly so we're ready for left arm up on your next inhale. Left arm down on the exhale. Move fluidly. Shift back. That's going to give you confidence in your body. Half splits. Bring it on forward into that foot. Right arm up, inhaling. Lower that hand down, exhaling. Shifter back, inhaling. Coming back forward into the lunge, exhaling. Low crescent lunge, arms up, both of them, inhale. Arms down, move slow on the exhale, nothing flinging. Back to the half splits, but continue sliding that left leg behind you, extending it, right arm forward when you're ready. Here we go, one time, elbow and knee tap, round your back. Inhale, fully extend arm and leg. Stay put or circle the arm around and grab a hold of that left foot. Kick your shin back. Return to extension, arm and leg, and then plant the hand and the knee down on the mat. Give yourself a little wiggle. And then we're going to take a little spinal twist. So make sure your all fours position is firm, and you're going to take your right arm to the sky from here. Just reach up, look up, arch back. Watch that you're not dumping into your shoulder or your left wrist. And threading the needle, you're going to go underneath that left arm, land down on your shoulder, the side of your head. We'll take the left arm to the sky and wrap that one around your back. Maybe you're going to hook into the crease of your right hip. Just stay here 3 breaths, pointing your toes actively so you're getting the front ankle, shin stretching. And then if you've got your hand cupped into that right thigh, use that to pull that left shoulder open a little bit. Take one more full breath. We're going to release that left arm to the sky, plant the palm flat down right in front of your face. Push, straightening that left elbow, and raise that right arm straight up to the sky. Plant that hand, and then just wiggle your hips a little bit. And then we'll take it to the opposite side. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, slowly thread. You're about to put some weight on your neck, so you don't want to just drop onto that. Let yourself kind of discover how that feels in your body, and then when you're ready, right arm to the sky, circle it around behind your back, hook it into the crease of your hip, and then roll back a little bit. Take 2 more breaths there. Nice, full, fluid breaths. No rush, no hurry here. The discipline to just be in the moment and not doing anything. One more breath. And then unraveling that arm to the ceiling, planting the palm down in front of your face underneath that shoulder to pick up that left arm. Nice big inhale. Lower the hand down, exhale. Child's pose. Separating the knees perhaps a little wider. Shifting the hips back. If you have struggled with this pose because your knees, when they bend this tightly, it's just very uncomfortable, placing a prop, and as we know, this could be a block if you have one, a paper towel roll, a blanket rolled up, but this just takes the less of a bend out of your knees and just makes it a little more friendly for your lower back to release in this pose. We're going to get going here soon enough, but if you want to linger in this pose or at any point during practice, by all means, if you hear child's pose calling your name, answer the call. Little walk over to the right just to get that left waistline a little bit more extended. Take a breath there. Any way you want to feel this, walk to the opposite side, extending that right side maybe, dropping that right shoulder. And then bringing yourself back out to the center. Spread your paws, widen your hands so those baby fingers are nearly at the edge of the mat. Maybe they even are. Drop your hips as heavy to the heels as you can, and then we'll come up onto our hands and our knees, preparing downward dog. Tuck your toes. And really slow pedal. So bend one knee, drop into that heel. Keep those shoulders really firmly plugged down. So instead of leaning into your palms, try to push out of them in all 10 fingerprints. Shift to the other side. So super slow. Slow is the best way to do these things because your body is giving you a zillion signals with each movement, and if you're going quickly, you're going to miss pretty much all of those signals. And then shifting again, because what we tend to do is let our mind tell us what we should be feeling. How about let's let our bodies tell us how we are truly feeling. That's an authentic yoga practice. One more shift into your heels if you haven't changed legs. Take a nice deep breath, find your downward dog in some stillness. Refining the pose by spreading all of your fingers as wide as they go, active hands. Your actual fingerprints don't have to really press into the mat. It's the circumference of the pit of your hand that is really the grounding force in this pose. Little bend in your knees, sticking your tail up if you have a lower back that's rounding in down dog. And then on the other hand, if you're really bendy in your lower back and your back arches, then you're going to need to draw your belly in and lengthen that. So figure out for yourself. Snap a picture of yourself and have a look and then make your changes. Because sometimes what we think we look like is not quite what we're looking like. We're going to raise the right leg to the sky. Nice big inhale. Keep your toes pointing down. Strengthen and lengthen that leg that's in the air so that you're not floppy up there. You're totally aware. I like to spread my toes. It just brings such energy to my whole leg when I do that. Take your knee to your nose and shift slowly into plank pose. Rounding your back. This is like a cat pose. Really scoop out that belly. We're going to land down onto that right knee. Drop your left heel. This is a setup for side plank. Your left heel is down. Your toes are pointing to the left of your mat. And you're just going to extend your left arm to the sky. Drop your right shoulder blade into the mat and actively press into your right shin and your outer left foot. Lean back a bit, but pull your belly in, and then stretch that left arm all the way to the front of your mat. Place it down on the ground. Spin onto the ball of that left knee. Pick up your right knee again, hovering. And then we're going to extend that leg straight back, one-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Re-extend that leg straight. Lower your foot down next to your left foot. Shift forward into plank pose on the next inhale. Nice, slow, lower to the mat fully. Let's go all the way to cobra now. Adjust your hands, lift your heart, drop your shoulders. Lower your head down, tuck your toes. Get yourself to down dog. You can push through your knees. You can push straight up to plank pose, or even slide your way through a child's pose. Take a breath in dog before we head to the other side. Left leg straight up, go slow. Listen to those signals. Really firm up that leg that's in the air. Maybe your standing leg needs a little soft bend in the knee. Totally fine. Spread those left set of toes and shift knee to nose. Exhaling into a cat pose, one-legged plank. Stay there for another moment and then land on your shin. You got to decide where your shin needs to go to stabilize you, so make your own adjustments. Left palm stays put, right arm extends to the sky. Reach up, push your hips a little forward and lean back, and use that right leg that's extended to support you in that. Push firmly into that left shin, and now stretch your right arm up and over. You just kind of crack open your right rib cage, circle that hand down to the mat, spin to the ball of your right foot, pick up that left knee again, hovering in one-legged plank. Press that leg straight back up, one-legged dog. And then bending the knee, let your hips open. Watch that right shoulder or elbow. And then re-extending that leg, lowering your foot down. Next inhale is plank pose. Take the whole inhale to get there. Slow lower, either just holding at chaturanga or go all the way to the floor. Next inhale, upward dog cobra. Next exhale, downward facing dog. And just like that first sequence, we shall repeat that all exact as we did. Just one more breath. Try to make it fluid, not flingy. Here we go. Take a full inhale. Nice slow exhale. Next inhale, right leg to the sky in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, knee down, shin down. Open up that left arm and drop your left heel, plank. Circle that arm up and over, and then down to the mat. Spin on the left ball of the foot. Pick up the knee. Extend that leg straight up and back, that right one. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And go right into your vinyasa now. You can lower your leg as you're going through plank pose. And then work through your back bend. And we're all meeting down dog, going right into the second side. Left leg up, your next inhale. Knee to nose, rounding your back, exhale. Shin down, adjust your stance. Side plank on that knee, drop that right heel, open your chest. Circle that arm all the way forward, don't stop, put it down. Spin on that right foot, pick up that left knee. Extend that left leg straight up to the sky. Bend the knee, exhaling, opening the hip. Inhale, go to plank pose. Lower exhale, chaturanga. Back bend is an inhale. Down dog is an exhale. 3 breaths. Let it out. Fill up this last one to your throat. And exhale to your tail. Walking your hands back, one handprint at a time, so very precise movement. Bend your knees as the heels drop down. And then I like to separate my feet a little wider, especially early in class, get those hips in a little friendlier positioning. Drop your head totally. You can hold those elbows, sway from your waist, reach behind your head, interlacing your palms, and a little drag of your neck closer to the floor. Maybe you're wanting some more shoulder stretching, interlacing your hands behind your back and pulling those up. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Whatever you're doing, let your head dangle freely. 1 more full breath. And then we're just going to release those hands down to the mat. Little more bend into the knees as you roll up, vertebra by vertebra, until you're standing right on top of your hips. Head over shoulders. Take a walk to the top of your mat. Hands at your heart center. Samastiti. Close your eyes for a quick second. Let's just pause, especially if you're feeling anxious and you want to get going. Maybe you missed something as we rush through to get to the next thing. Be in this moment. Enjoy your breath. And then we'll release those arms by our sides. Sweep them up. Pull in that belly. Keep it strong now as you dive forward over your legs. Uttanasana. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Right leg stepping back. Now set up warrior 1. Drop your right heel so you're pointing between 2 and 3 o'clock on a clock. Move your left leg to the side a little bit so that you have train tracks that your heels are on, not one straight line. And come on up with your arms over your shoulders. So it's the forward facing warrior. Same energized hands we had when we were doing those lunges. And then try to drop your tail a little bit so there's not a back bend in this pose. If you want a little back bend, it's coming from the back of your heart, not from your lower back. Spread your fingers, retract your shoulders, push into that outer right foot, and then try to find equal footing between the big toe mound and baby toe of your front foot. Perhaps give your toes a lift and a wiggle if it gets a little squeezy there. One more breath here. You're going to just lower your right hand down and pivot on the ball of your right foot, taking this to a twist. Once you're there, lean back and really firm up that right thigh. Lower your left hand down, and then we're going to go to warrior two. So you return your right heel back down to the mat. Now your toes are pointing just above 3 o'clock, so like maybe 14, 12, 13 after the hour. Come on up, warrior two. So there's a slight turn in, and then open up your chest. Drop your hips and pull in that belly. Try to imagine the sides of your waist are symmetrical. So that right hip is a little popped up. Just try to drop it down a little bit, and you want your right shoulder to be right over that back hip. As you go to reverse warrior two, wrap your right arm behind your back. Just inhale, stretch that arm up. Stay in the pose, drop your shoulders down, and let's bend that front knee a little bit deeper. We're going back to warrior two. Stretch your arms a little wider, and then straightening out your front knee, triangle pose. Move slowly, reach out like you're trying to grab something that's 2 or 3 feet past the front edge of your mat, and then simply shift your hands by placing them on your shin, that left hand, or your prop, or the earth if your left waist can be nice and straight in that. Not a side bend this pose. Stretch your arms wide apart, and take another breath. And then push down into your feet. Press up to reverse triangle. Nice big inhale. We're going to take the hands to the mat and vinyasa. So stepping back to plank or just heading into downward dog. This would be a great time to just have a child's pose if you need that in between sides. Take a nice big breath once you make it to down dog. And then we're going to look forward between our hands and either hop or quick little walk to the top. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Press into the feet, pull in that belly. Maybe a little back bend at the top. Hands to heart center. Exhale, Samasthiti. Second side. Release those arms. Inhale up, belly in. Keep it in, soft knees as you dive forward, Uttanasana. Exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Left leg stepping back, exhale. Adjust your foot, so now that back foot is pointing between like 10 and 11-ish. Right foot moves slightly right, press into the outer left foot and reach forward as you come on up. Settle into that front heel. I give a little squeeze to my back glute, so in this case your left bum, so that you can release the hip flexor. Try to level your shoulders square to the front and then watch that you're not rolling to the outer blade of that right foot, so find the big toe mound there. Energize your arms. Watch those little wimpy elbows and slack hands. Really spread them. Take a breath. See if you can bend a little deeper. Slowly lowering the left hand, pivoting on the ball of the foot so that you can twist here. Lean back for a moment. And then lowering your right hand, adjusting your back leg for warrior two. Toes point out a little bit. Maybe it's going to be something like 44, 43 to the after the hour, and then coming on up. So what I mean by that is that back foot is, if it was pointing straight level with the back edge of your mat, it would be 9 o'clock, or it would be pointing at the 9. Be a little bit above that, between 9 and 10. Settle in, lengthen something, whether it's your breath, sides of your waist, your neck. We're going to wrap the left arm behind our back as we head into a reverse warrior two, just stretching up. Don't be so concerned about leaning to the left. Just try to find that tension between your front knee and your front hand. That's just an extension, a stretch. One more breath. Releasing back warrior two, your back arm will come back out, extending. Straightening out that front leg and heading to triangle pose. Reach out first. So you try to keep your right waistline straight and strong and long, and then it's just a matter of adjusting where your shoulders place your arms. 6 o'clock is where those arms are. Right top hand is at 12, bottom hand is at 6. Lean back, pull in that belly. Watch that your back thigh is really strong and you're pressing firmly into that outer foot. And then a smooth inhale brings you up to reverse triangle. Pause there. Try to roll that right inner thigh more to your right. One more breath. And then it's a vinyasa, hands down. Feel free to skip that vinyasa. Feel free to amp it up, actually, if you want a push-up first. And we all meet in down dog. One more breath. Next, inhale, looking towards your hands, and get those feet right there between your thumbs. Halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Palms touch, hands to your heart. We're going to repeat exactly that, same side actually. Release those arms. Inhale, a little more fluidly, just as we've been doing with all of our sequences. Dive forward, exhale. One breath per move. Halfway up, inhale. Left leg back, exhale. Warrior one, inhale, just come on up, take a long breath so you have plenty of time to hit the pose. Lunge, twist, left hand down, right arm twists up. Right hand down, inhale to warrior two, adjust your back heel down, and take those arms up over your head. Extend the arms. Reverse warrior two, you might wrap that left arm behind your back. Head right into triangle pose, extending forward and down to your shin or block or paper towel roll. Reversing triangle on an inhale. And exhale, chaturanga, all the way down to the mat lower. That all happens on an exhale. Next inhale is a back bend. Next exhale is a down dog. Next inhale is looking where your hands are, rubbing on your tiptoes. Your exhale brings you to your hands with your feet. Halfway up on an inhale. Fold into the exhale. Notice how the breath is all symmetrical. Inhale, same pace as the exhale, hands heart center. Release those arms, inhale up. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway up, inhale. Hands down, right leg back, exhale. Adjust for warrior one, inhale, come on up. Settle a little bit into that exhale. Right hand down, spin on the ball of your right foot, twist. Lower that hand down, adjust your back heel down, warrior two, inhale it up. Reverse it, wrap that arm behind your back. Triangle pose your next breath. Reverse triangle pose coming out of that one. We're going to take the hands to the mat, try to go all the way down on an exhale. Back bend is an inhale. Downward dog is an exhale. 3 breaths and down dog. Really nice, everybody. Try to settle in. Quite a bit more awareness to how your body is feeling in this practice. Maybe some shifts mentally as you're letting go of some of the tension that we carry. And when we move our body, it gives us permission to just release that trapped energy. Take another breath. We're going to shift forward into plank pose. Firm up those arms, firm up those legs, drop your tailbone down. We're going to get a little core work done here. Right knee, try to touch your left tricep. It's a twist. Hold there. Look forward with your chin, so you're really lengthening the sides of your waist. Bring that foot back without swiggling and wiggling those hips. Go to the opposite side. Left knee, right tricep. Come on back. We're going to keep going just as slow, everybody. Right to the left arm. Bring it on back. Left to the right arm. Bring it on back. Halfway there, we'll do 4 more. Right to left. Back to plank. Left to right. Back to plank. 1 more time. Back to plank. Last one, left to right tricep. Back to plank. Pause here, really firm up those arms. And now you have the option of coming into a child's pose for a rest, or just go back to downward dog as a rest. Couple breaths, we'll do 1 more set of some plank style core work. Shift into plank pose. And this time get yourself down onto your elbows, your forearms. Good. Firm up those shoulders by spreading them and hug those elbows and triceps in. Firm up your legs. You're also welcome to put knees down. We're gonna spin on over to the right arm. So turn to the right and bring your left hand behind your head. Press your feet, stack them or scissor them, or drop your bottom knee down, bending the knee. Lean back, open through the chest, and try to lift your right waistline as high as you can. Left elbow goes down towards the floor, maybe near where your thumb is. Don't worry about touching. And then inhale, bring it back up. We're doing 5. Exhale is the contraction. Slow movement, nothing flinging. Try to move, come on up on an inhale. From your waistline, less from your shoulder. Here's 3. Exhale, empty. Inhale, firm. Last 2. Bring it on back. Last 1. Staying in side plank. Stretch that arm straight up to the ceiling. Firm up your legs. Lift your waist a little higher. You're going to go to regular plank on flat palms, straight elbows. See if you can do that nice and smoothly. And then again, rest in child's or head to dog. Take a breath. Another full exhale. Next inhale, we're back at plank pose. Firm up those arms, make your way onto your elbows. Firm up those legs, or decide if you need some support so you don't collapse through the shoulders. We're going to go to the left forearm, pivot, either extending the legs, bending a knee, stacking or scissoring. Right hand behind your head, lift your waistline as high as it can go without flexing in your hips, bending forward. You want to almost feel like you're arching back 5 times. Elbow down towards the ground, elbow up to the ceiling, maybe look up. Fold and exhale, 2. Inhale, press it up. Here's 3. Bring it on up. And last 2. Smooth breathing. Almost there, folks. One last time. Come on up. Maybe raise that waistline a little bit. Extend that arm straight up. Firm up your legs there. They're going to help you. Go to flat palm plank pose. Both elbows straight, hands under the shoulders. And downward facing dog. And then we'll place our thumbs together. And look where your hands are. Drop your shoulders down. We're going to jump into a squat, malasana. Otherwise, you walk your feet up outside your baby fingers, and then you'll bend your knees, dropping your hips. So on an inhale, come to your tiptoes. On your exhale, spring forward. Dropping down. Hands go between your thighs. Try to lengthen the sides of your waist. That includes your neck too, so your chin is not jetting up and you're not also collapsing down inside of your legs, but really using your shoulder blades and your chest to push those knees open, but you're also pressing your knees back into your arms. Take a breath. One more inhale. We're going to reach those arms straight out in front of you, so engage the muscles of your hips, thighs. Stretch those arms without collapsing your lower back. Stay down there. Raise your arms over your shoulders. Nice line from tailbone to fingertips. Press into your heels and rise up. Nice. Palms touch. Hands to heart center. Excellent. Just a very simple standing balance pose. Find a mountain pose. Hands by your sides. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Hands to prayer. Release your arms. Sweep them up on an inhale. Raise your right knee right out in front of you. Flex your ankle. Good. So find the knee pointing straight forward, not too high. And flexing the ankle, spreading through the toes gives that awareness to the whole leg. We're going to cross the ankle on top of that left thigh, turning your knee out. That's a figure 4. Bring your hands to prayer. And then as you start to bend into your left knee, you lean forward so your hips can shift back, but your chest is reaching forward. So your back spine, your spine is definitely long. You're starting to bend. Watch that left hip doesn't slide out to the side, so you really got to use those outer hip muscles to scissor in. And we're just going to lean forward towards our shin. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Couple of options here. You can open your arms out like a wing, both of them out to the sides. Drop your shoulders if you're doing that. You can reach down and grab a hold of your left calf and try to pull yourself a little closer to your leg. You can take both of the arms inside and try to touch the floor so you're hooking your right toes around the tricep of your left arm, and then there's an arm balance for those of you that like that here. Galavasana. Take one more breath. I like to come up the way we went down, so first bring your hands to prayer. Try to reach your chest forward, lengthening your spine. Slowly come on up. Pick up that knee in front of you. Pause, do the best you can. Maybe a little karate chop kick. And then lower the foot down right next to your left foot. Release your arms, close your eyes. Let that go, it's over. Next, inhale, both arms to the sky. Let's raise the left knee, flex the foot as soon as you take it off the ground. Find your balance, find your sweet spot where you know you can be stable, your belly's working, your breath is fluid, you've got to focus with your eyes. Palms touch, cross your ankle over your thigh. So knee points out, try not to let that right hip slide out of its positioning. Lay your chest forward, so keeping that left ankle flexed as you bend into the right knee, reaching forward. Don't worry about this, just play with this. This is a time now to explore and see where your challenges are. And then do whatever you want to do. We've got those wings to spread out. Maybe reaching down and grabbing that lower leg of your right side and bringing your chest closer. Maybe putting the right arm inside of your left ankle and touching the ground. Maybe flattening those palms and taking Galavasana. When you're ready, look forward, lengthen your spine, bring your hands to your heart. Slowly, just do the best you can. Practice this movement slowly so you know this is coming from your strength. No randomness. Pick up that knee right in front of you when you're ready. Get your head over your shoulders over your hips. Extend that left leg. If you got a karate chop, see if you can get it absolutely straight. And we lower the foot down. Nice. Releasing those arms. Inhale up. Dive to your mat. Exhale. Ardha Uttanasana on an inhale. Downward dog, exhale. And we're moving now into pigeon pose. Right leg to the sky on an inhale. Knee to your right wrist. Land down your shin across your mat. Drop your left knee. Walk your left leg backwards. Maybe put a prop underneath your right butt cheek. Point your left toes. Walk your hands back a little bit so you're more up on top of your hips. Really press the top of your left foot down so you know that leg is long and lengthened. And then, if you'd like to lean forward into full forward fold pigeon. Forehead down on something, whether it's a prop or the earth or the backs of your hands. And let's just settle into 6 solid breaths here. Full, complete inhale. Let go of a lingering negative thought on the exhale. Take a big inhale and just let go of the fear. And then on these next 4 breaths, have the discipline to not think or do. One more breath. We'll not be returning to down dog on this one, but do get your hands to support you under your shoulders, push them down to lift yourself up, and then just shifting off to that right side. You can help your left leg around out in front of you. And then take your time. In fact, maybe let's just do that with some core work. Feet out in front of you, knees bent. Just nice, slow roll all the way down to your back. Try not to fall there, just do the best you can. And we'll go into bridge pose once your head lands. Walking your feet towards your butt. Fingertips extend as long away from your shoulders as you can towards the front of your mat. Soften your toes. Press into the big toe mounds like you're rolling the inner thigh muscles in a little bit. And then like you're picking up a strand of pearls from your tailbone. Curl those pearls up until you're up there at the tops of your shoulders. And then, of course, nestling those shoulders a little closer together so that we are really on top of them, like a shelf. Actively pressing your hands down actively pushing your feet down, actively pulling your belly in and up, so like you're trying to take that pubic bone and drag it up towards your ribcage. Take another breath without clenching your glutes. Slowly starting that strand of pearls now at the top of your back, rolling it back down until you have a nice natural curve to your lower back. Bring your knees into your chest. Take a little rock and roll. And if anyone's still feeling energetic and wants to roll through a vinyasa to get back to down dog, you do that. You can take your hands behind your knees. If you're not sure what that looks like, you have a look. Rock and roll, and you can just stand up and get back there, or you cross your ankles, plant your palms, and jump into chaturanga. And then you're up to your back bend, and heading back to downward dog. Our last downward facing dog, take the inventory, start at your feet. And then take your awareness up your lower calves, your Achilles, into your calf muscles, the backs of your knees, hamstrings, hips, low back, middle back, shoulder girdle, upper arms, elbows, forearms, all the way into the wrists, and anchoring into those hands. Here goes. Left leg up if you like. We're moving to pigeon on the left side. Move with care to set it up. Landing, using the right leg to walk back so that the hips lower down. Adjusting your paws so they're right underneath your shoulders, and you use that to press up. That creates a sensation of back bend. Really pressing the top of that right foot down so you feel the stretch in the shin and the front ankle, and then coming forward. Take a couple of cleansing breaths, those breaths that bring in something that's wonderful, positive, hopeful, and then exhaling the things that don't serve us, waste our energy, and become toxic. Do one more just like that. Bring in the good, exhale the bad. And then practicing 4 more breaths of stillness, patience, time, gravity, to let the yoga do its thing, not your brain doing yoga. Fill up one more time, but make it an extra smooth, highly attentive breath. Same for the exhale, and come on up, taking your time, being precise in how you move in your transitions. Shifting to the left, help yourself bring that right leg around. And we'll do 2 more back bends. Feel free to bridge it. Feel free to Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Or maybe flip onto your belly and try a locust or some sort of pose that you like as a downward facing back bend. So setting up your bridge pose, or bringing your hands to your shoulders, or flip to your belly. Start at the foundation, good form, so that when you get up there, the feet and the hands are in position, the arms and the legs are following that flight plan. When you're ready, come on up, 3 breaths. So whatever you're doing, push into the legs. Keep the belly strong and lifted. Relax your neck. Try to fluidly breathe while you're working tremendously hard. 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, ease out of it, stay in control. You never want to do a pose that when you're done, you have to fall and collapse. And if that happens from time to time, just learn from that. Just know that your edge, you exceeded it, and then you kind of fell out of it. It's a safe place to practice that. We're not on a cliff and falling off the edge is going to kill you. It's just going to perhaps just give you a little twinge of scary feeling. So just know that about yourself. That's where we gain our confidence in our bodies, is exploring the edges, exploring the depth, and being okay with the fact that that edge is going to shift on a day-to-day basis. 1 more back bend, everybody, any way you want. Maybe you're done and you want something more passive, and you're just going to place a block underneath your bum for a supported bridge, or fully extending your legs for a little bit of the hip flexor quadricep stretch. So 3 breaths, whatever you're doing. Last full inhale. Nice slow exhale. And then be precise in your exit of the pose. Once your back lands on the mat, you've got your natural spine shape. Let that be there for a moment before we move into happy baby. So grabbing your feet or grabbing outside of your thighs and pulling those knees down. Have a look at where your heels are and make them be right above where your knees are. And then your feet are flexed like you're stamping a footprint on the ceiling. Tuck that chin in towards the neck so you're really feeling like the entire spine is straight and long and pressing into the earth. Include your shoulder blades in that pull down action. Some people like to rock side to side, and that's a lovely way to just feel a little massage in your back, a little movement, and it also, I feel like it sort of creates a little flow of energy outward. Take another breath. You're gonna keep your left knee bent, just put the foot on the floor, and then grab the back of your right leg wherever you can support a straight right leg towards the ceiling. So if you have to bend your knee and you're just gripping and fighting and you're thinking, oh man, I'm getting a great stretch. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're fighting your body's intuition. Take that leg and straighten it and lower it as close to the front of your mat as you need to. That can mean holding the back of your thigh right where your pelvis is. Flex your foot. You should feel a tremendous stretch. You're going to get stronger and you're also going to get more flexible if we honor what is natural instead of fighting what our head wants us to do. And then when you find the place where you feel the sensation, it's a challenge, but your breath is still fluid. You have that sense of an edge there to the pose. Stay put, or some of you might like to straighten out that left leg. Notice if your chin starts to jet up and your back does kooky things, that means you've got that fight happening again in your natural body's positioning. And just keep the left foot on the ground with the knee bent. Taking one breath there. And then bend your right knee into your chest. If your left leg is not straight, slowly straighten it out. And then we'll move into a spinal twist. With your left hand, grab the outer right knee and pull your right knee across your body. So you're rolling entirely to your left hip and your left shoulder. The right arm just kind of trails behind you. Maybe you adjust your hips a little bit. Maybe you move your shoulder blades a little bit. And then perhaps looking beyond where your right hand is facing to add a neck stretch in there. And let's try to make this more passive, less aggressive in this stretch so that it's just gravity, time, patience, and the discipline of stillness to let that yoga do its thing for you. We'll slowly make our way back. Place both of your feet on the mat, bringing your hands to your sides again. Let your natural spine return, and then expect this leg to be completely different than how that first side was. So slowly extending your left leg towards the sky. Find a place in your body that you can reach your leg and you're not pulling and gripping and your shoulders don't come off the ground. Flex your foot super hard. Look at your knee and have an honest question. Is it absolutely straight? And make that answer be yes. And then find the edge of the sensation where you pull the leg towards you, whatever degree that doesn't change your spine. And you can stay there or slowly straightening out the right leg as long as the spine doesn't arch and you feel a cramming sensation. And then smooth, fluid breath as you seek your edge now. Because the breath starts to soften the body, and then you get permission. You feel that softening, and your body goes, all right, maybe we can try the next level, even if it's a millimeter more. One more breath. And then slowly bend your left knee, hugging that knee into your chest, your left shoulder. If your right leg isn't straight, now go ahead and straighten it. And then take your right hand to the outer left knee, and then just use that to pull you. So I have to put my left hand down so I'm stable. behind my back, and then pull the knee across, figure out what feels best, let that left arm trail behind you, but do some shifting. It's your body. You get to decide where it feels best in these poses, and don't waste your energy trying to cram into a pose that doesn't feel right. There is a right place for you. You just have to find that for yourself. And then we take a couple of breaths, just softening. One more inhale. Last long, slow exhale. Be precise in your folding back to your back. Once you land totally on your back, both knees come into your chest. Squeeze onto those shins, press them close to you, pick up your head, give yourself a squeeze there, maybe lift your head in between those knees. And then we're just gonna extend one leg all the way out on the mat. And then let the other one come all the way out on the mat. Do all the wiggling you need. Maybe you sit up for a drink of water or grab yourself a prop so that your shavasana is absolutely as comfortable as can be. Turn your palms up, soften your palms like a little butterfly has just landed in each of your palms. And then relax your collarbones, the back of your throat. Try to imagine the flesh of your face. It's just kind of dripping down. It is so soft and relaxed. Give a lick to your lips, moisten them, and then let them softly touch. Don't press them. Check in with your eyelids and notice if you're clenching and gripping and even furrowing your brow. Take one clean breath through your nose. Sigh it out. Then return to lightly pressing your lips together, lightly. And let's just be for a few moments. Slowly taking a little sip of air. So wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Reach both of your arms overhead behind you. Stretch your whole body, toes to fingertips. Pull those knees into your chest one more time. Give yourself a big, big hug. Squeeze into that. Roll over to one side or simply rock up to seated. Coming back to our opening position if you want to change how you're seated, adjust anything. But it's nice to come back where we started just to feel all of the evolution in this practice together. Palms touched with gratitude in front of your heart and bowing to that gratitude and just remembering fear is a human gift, just like all of our emotions. And instead of running from it wherever you possibly can, maybe just open the door a sliver and know that that means change is coming and change is good. That means we are always growing and learning and adapting and evolving. Thank you for practicing with me.